we've got 3 different variants about to come on. Because they made so many of them, they couldn't quite make the same number of engines, and they had different factories with different capabilities. So sometimes you get cast hulls, sometimes welded hull vehicles. Later in the war they put a bigger gun on, such as the 76mm gun that's on this particular variant of Sherman, and they up-armour them, and they make just under 50,000 of them. And for the American war plan, it worked. They threw their engineering ability and money at the problem when the war came along, and don't forget, they were on the winning side. Now this particular Sherman going around, this is the Tank Museum Sherman, and this is the one that was used recently as the Fury in the war movie, The Fury. And we've left all the kit on it, so it looks like it's kitted out as it was in the film.
It's worth pointing out actually that the Sherman in question, which is a 76mm gun Sherman with a long gun in it and the enlarged turret, but it's actually powered by a pair of General Motors diesels. Now, the US Army during the Second World War would have nothing to do with diesel engines at all. They decided on petrol, and petrol it would be. So the diesel engines were only used by the US Marine Corps in the Pacific. So in that sense, it's actually the wrong tank for the film, but it was all that was available. And I think the film was about the crew and their survival in the tank more than anything else. And that really showed up well. Brad Pitt was the star. So that's going round now. You'll also notice it has a slightly different suspension. That came on later, involving horizontal coil springs to produce what the Americans call an easy 8 suspension, whereas the early ones had vertical volute springs.
Now with any